have put almost 40 hours into one of the most chaotic, cinematic, beautiful, frustrating, absolute, one of the most fun military simulator style arcade games that I've ever played. Of course, I'm talking about Battlefield 6. Let's talk about it. After weeks of explosions, squad wipes, and way too many vehicle crashes, here is everything, all my thoughts on Battlefield 6 as somebody who typically plays Call of Duty and has only dabbled in Battlefield. This year's Battlefield really kind of stole the show for me. Battlefield 6 was marketed as a return to form. Boots on the ground, dynamic destructions, and the comeback of that sandbox chaos. And I've been playing on PC since launch, and I've been diving into the campaign, multiplayer, everything in between. I haven't unlocked nearly what feels like anything, but I haven't unlocked nearly everything that the game has to offer, done all the challenges, all of the stuff. But I have about 40 hours in, and so I feel like I have a good idea of what Battlefield 6 is and how I feel about the game. Let's break this down into the good, the bad, and the downright explosive. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so let's start with the campaign. Okay, I've played through the campaign. At this point, I've played through most of the campaign. I think I have still like 2 missions to go, maybe 3 missions to go left. So it's not a lot, but I have played through most of the campaign, and I can say that like I've heard that Battlefield campaigns are always like a hit or miss, and the good news is that this one tries. The bad news is that it still kind of plays it safe. There's some crazy moments that happen in like every kind of military campaign, you know, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, those military arcade campaigns that, you know, you got those tropes, buildings coming down, there's a chase scene somewhere in there, there's a chase scene, there's a slow motion moment where you gotta pull a trigger or throw a knife, you know, you just gotta do it. You gotta hit the button at the right time before everything goes kaboom. You know how military campaigns go. This one was visually great to look at. While the classic arcade military tropes were there, it was great visually, and the guns felt good. They felt even quicker of a TTK than like multiplayer, so everything felt responsive, everything felt good, didn't matter what you were using. Sometimes the AI did get a little difficult. Sometimes I was like on the edge. I think I've only died like once in the campaign, and that's mainly due to you having like a medic on your squad that can revive you, and you can pick up more defibs and keep getting rezzed. So I've went down a lot more time, but I've only died like once or twice. So there's that. Overall, the cinematics are fantastic. The audio, of course, is Battlefield. It's absolutely stunning. The visuals are great, but the gameplay is another military campaign. It does the job for what it's supposed to do. The collectibles are fun. I've been looking to get all of the collectibles, try to get different skins or camos or whatever. So I've been working through that, and I haven't even got there yet technically, but I love the fact that they're just like, all right, now that you're done, offload the campaign, save yourself some space. These kinds of things, these kinds of user experience decisions, top tier. Okay, those are the W's for the campaign. The L's, it's just that it's another military campaign. I don't think it does anything necessarily wrong. I just think it doesn't really reinvent the wheel. That's what it is. Another problem that a lot of people are having is that it's really, really short. I don't know if I necessarily want a 16-hour, 20-hour, 50-hour campaign with my multiplayer game. I want to get it done so I can multiplayer. And I think that that's what they were thinking when they made this campaign. They want to tell a nice story in a short amount of time. They want to give you some nice visuals so that way you can get a little bit of background and get into multiplayer. And it kind of does serve as like a tutorial of sorts into each class, into each like position and role on each squad. So that way, once you get into the multiplayer, you know, okay, I can res people, I can heal tanks, I can do this, I can do that. Like that's kind of what the campaign serves, and it does its purpose well. So for what it is, it's a nice, good, I don't know, B+ campaign. Moving into multiplayer, this is where Battlefield 6 really shines. Gunplay feels good. I mean, sometimes it can feel weird. There was a time literally the other night where I got 25 damage on my shotgun up close, and then some guy literally hit me across the street for 96, I think it was. So there's that, but the attachments really do their jobs. The recoil feels like it makes sense. The gunplay, typically very fair, feels very good. The audio, I think that is the #1 thing when it comes to at least this Battlefield, but maybe Battlefields in general. The audio is superb, from screaming jets flying overhead to rockets blowing up the sides of a building, even down to the little things like gunfire and that sweet ping of a headshot. Nothing like it. One thing I think a lot of people are kind of one side of the fence or the other on, but I think since launch, I think we've really kind of met in the middle, is the movement. I think the movement feels really, really good. It's really smooth, right? Transitioning into a slide or into prone or crouching or what have you really feels smooth. It feels intentional. Everything about it feels really good. It's not too fast. I don't think so. I think the beta was much faster, and I think people were complaining about it. I didn't think the beta was too fast anyway, but I'm coming from Call of Duty, so that's whatever. I don't think the movement is too fast. I also don't think it's too sluggish. A lot of the older Battlefields, you really felt the weight of whatever you were carrying. And I think that a lot of Battlefield fans really, really wanted that, and may not be getting that as much. But I feel like it's a nice smooth balance of, you can slide, there is a penalty. You can jump, there is a penalty. You can, you have these ways to play. I've gotten kills that I'm jumping around like I'm playing Call of Duty and sliding everywhere, that I'm sure annoyed and pissed off the player that I got a kill on, but I'm trying to slow it down. I'm trying to learn, how to play Battlefield like Battlefield. Give me some time. Either way, I could say it all feels smooth. It's not as twitchy as Call of Duty. It's not as slow as like Battlefield 5, but it's a nice, smooth, but quick pace. Now, going back to gunplay, I think sometimes hit registration does feel a little off, but I don't think that it's hit reg, even though there has been a bug. There has been a couple of times where they're literally shooting at somebody and it's like, what's going on? They have released a couple of fixes on hit registration and bloom, and they're still looking at bloom, but those two things combined really make for, sometimes you feel like you did everything right and you still lost the gunfight because of whatever, right? So there are those still moments that do happen. So I'm not going to say that, oh, it's perfect. I do want you to be aware that those things do happen and they are still addressing those things. But for me, they feel as though they're far and few enough between. Maybe I don't suck as bad as I think I do, though. Maybe it is the game. I should start blaming the game more often, right? That's what gamers do, right? Let's talk about the maps, okay? The maps in this game are phenomenal. I feel like I've loaded onto the same map 20 different times, had a different experience almost every single time. It's always weird because I load into the map and I go, oh, this is where we want to go. This is what we want to do. We want to get on top of this building and we want to hold this point and we want to do this. And then the whole match doesn't go that way. I'm like, this is the plan. This is what worked last time. Why is it not working this time? And it's just, even though there's I don't know, 9 maps? Is there 16 maps? I don't know. There's it feels like there's only 9 maps, and then they use different sections on the maps for different game modes. That's what it feels like, which I think is the case. But either way, every single time you load onto one of these maps, it feels like you're getting into a different fight. Sometimes you're spending the entire game fighting over C or B, and sometimes you spend the whole game trying to get out of spawn. It's just sometimes these buildings are destroyed, sometimes those buildings aren't even touched. It's just, it makes for a dynamic experience, an experience that you could just kind of have fun with. Not turn your brain off if you want to win, but you don't have to try hard as much as you do with Call of Duty. You can kind of say, okay, assess the situation, figure out how we're going to deal with this problem, go deal with said problem, instead of, we need to take B or we are going to lose every single game today. Understand? It's just a little different. I've had moments where literally the building collapses under us. Me and all my friends are sitting on top of this building to covering the C point. I think it's C up there, maybe E, I don't know. But we're all covering this point and they literally RPG or tank the building out from under us, and half of us parachute down, half of us fall and die, half of us fell with the parachute and then got crushed by rubble. It was just moments like that are only in Battlefield moments, and it's just, it makes for a well-rounded experience, even though you're playing maybe the same couple of maps for 40 hours. you know. Of course, you have some maps that are better than others. I hear that a lot of people aren't liking Operation Firestorm. It isn't as popular as it was when it first dropped. I hear that people are kind of getting frustrated with it, and I think part of that is due to one of the sniper challenges in the game, getting 150 headshots at over 200 meters. Operation Firestorm is one of the easiest maps to get it on, and so it becomes just like a sniper battle back and forth, where people don't really care about the points or about whatever. They're just trying to achieve this challenge, and all the other stuff is whatever. But for what it's worth, some other maps do have some complaints and sightlines in certain maps. Sometimes it feels like one team has an advantage over the other, depending on if they already hold the flag or even if they're trying to take the flag. It really can flip. But I mean, also that's what makes some maps enjoyable, is that the fact that it can flip at any moment. One minute you have like all 6 flags, 5 flags, whatever it is, right? And the next minute you only hold one and they took all the other ones. And you're like, what happened? I've died once since then. What's going on? In the end, I think some maps are better than others. Some of my favorite, I haven't actually really had to think about it. Guess I like New York, you know, I like the New York map. The Cairo map can kind of be not like Siege of Cairo, but the Egypt, the outdoors one, that one can be I do like the map with the giant crane in the middle of the 2 buildings. I like that map. I love to snipe on that map. I have tons of clips of sniping on that map. I even have some chopper footage that I was actually flying a chopper decently on that map. So I tend to like that map. At the end of the day, the things about Battlefield that make Battlefield great work very well here. The audio, the visuals, the cinematic feel that you can only get in Battlefield work extremely well. And the only real shortcomings so far are that some of the challenges are a bit much. I know they expect you to play this game for multiple years, and I understand that it's supposed to be slower progression than Call of Duty or whatever because of that. But it does sometimes feel like I'm playing all this time and I'm not getting anywhere, and it kind of feels unrewarding at times when I play 2 or 3 40-minute matches and I go up maybe a rank, maybe 2. And I don't know, maybe that's because I'm off in the back laughing with my friends and not really focused on, oh, I have to capture this point or kill this many people or whatever. But I do feel like those moments that I do focus on the game and focus on winning and do very, very well, I still only get a little bit more XP than I would if I was just joking around. So the progression and the challenges, I feel like those possibly need a look at. I know they talked about how they've already bumped up progression. They haven't said anything about challenges, but I know they bumped up progression. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if we need to juice a little bit more. But as far as right now, I feel like it's a little on the slow side, right? I don't need it to be I'm ranking up once every game. I don't need that. I need it to feel like I'm actually progressing and not like slow slog. I'm not, you know, I don't want it to take next year until I get to max rank and I'm playing, you know, 40 hours every month. You know what I mean? I don't understand that's not a lot comparatively, but I got a job, I got kids, I got a family, you know, I can't be on this game, and I got other games to play for the channel. I can't be on this game that often. I just want to unlock some stuff, have some fun, call it a day. You know what I mean? Now, at the moment, as of me recording this, we do not have any kind of store tab, any kind of monetization. You can't buy skins, you can't buy guns, you can't buy whatever, right? And it's fantastic. It's bliss right now. However, October 28th, season 1 comes out. That's literally in 5 days from when I'm recording this. We will see how that changes. We'll see very quickly. Some people are already pissed off about the cosmetics that are upcoming. I think they look fine. I don't think they look too crazy. They're nowhere near Call of Duty crazy. And I think they all fit the aesthetic. They all fit within the world. They're all realistic. You know, people just want multicam and forest cam, and that's it. And I feel like that makes for a boring game. You know, I don't need to see neon on everybody, but a blue paint is not that bad. Like, chill out. Yo, chill out, bro. I don't know. If you want that much realism, I would say play Tarkov, but That's just me. I think the part that matters is Battlefield fun? And me and my friends have been having an absolute blast. We laugh almost every single time we get on this game. There's a new moment, a new thing that happens. Building comes down. Some people fly in parachutes. Some people die. It is what it is. We got to pick them all up. There's moments where I'll spawn on one of my friends and he's literally holding a rocket launcher to a small doorway in a small like little hut thing, trying to capture this point. And I'm like, if you even think about firing that thing, we're all dead. But it's those moments that are hilarious. It's moments that I accidentally eject out of a helicopter with everybody in it, and I have to tell everybody to bail immediately or they will die. Those moments in Battlefield, only Battlefield moments, make this game what it is. And it's super fun to play with friends. It's okay to play solo. You know, you have stuff to work towards. You have challenges, you have campaign, you have stuff like that that you could play. But having friends that play this game and getting into a group and just laughing, the absolute best, one of the best games I played all year for that fact alone. Hands up. Multiplayer game of the year, hands up. So far, for me, so far. We'll see how it goes. Final verdict after about 40 hours so far. I will definitely be playing more before this video comes out, and after season 1 launches and everything else, I will definitely be playing more. But so far, after about 40 hours in the game, I'm having the time of my life. I love this game. It's fun. I'm glad that my friends decided, hey, you know what, we're gonna get Battlefield this year instead of Call of Duty. I think we all are thankful in the fact that we did that, because we're all having a blast. And I don't know if any of my friends are getting Call of Duty, to be honest. But we're having fun in Battlefield. More Battlefield shorts coming up. More Battlefield videos coming up. I haven't really done very many videos because I've been doing the Halloween stuff. This is the first video on Battlefield that I'm doing. But I have clips and clips and clips and clips of Battlefield. So look out for those shorts. Hilarious moments, things that happen in the game that can only happen in Battlefield. And so it's been really, really fun. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like Battlefield? Have you played it? Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun with it? Is it too fast for you? Is it not realistic enough? There's not enough bullet drop. Damn it. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in those comments down below. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the YouTube stuff. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Next week, Black Ops 7. So there will be a bunch of Black Ops 7 videos next week. And then the week after, we are back on Marvel Rivals. Kind of excited. Can't wait. And then I got a game coming up this week, but I can't remember what it is. So look out for a video on Friday. And that's it for me today. Catch you in the next one. Peace.